First, GM announced the Lordstown plant was being idled. Well, now the auto giant is accused of not living up to its end of the bargain.
The UAW has filed a federal lawsuit against GM, claiming the automaker isn't abiding by the agreement it signed when it comes to the future of veteran employees at the Lordstown plant. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg joins us now with more on what the UAW is alleging.
Well, the UAW is alleging really about what GM isn't doing, and that's living up to its end of the bargain. The union claims GM is putting cheaper temporary employees ahead of its veteran Lordstown staff.
They are nameless and faceless, buried between the margins, some with families, all with hopes of a stable career. They are more than redactions. This is what a mass layoff looks like on paper, but this is what a mass layoff sounds like in person.
You take the heart away from a body.
Everybody works at GM.
The body collapses.
The core of this community is General Motors.
We want you to stay here.
Now the legal battle has begun. A lawsuit filed by UAW claims GM is violating the collective bargaining agreement, specifically the part that states eligible employees with seniority will have the opportunity to relocate to other UAW and GM facilities, with an emphasis on those from closed or idled plants. According to the lawsuit, UAW claims many of the 690 laid-off employees from the soon-to-be unallocated Lordstown plant who are eligible applied to transfer to openings at GM's plant in Fort Wayne, Indiana. However, the union alleges GM has instead opted to keep employing temporary employees instead of those displaced Lordstown workers. Even though they can be full-time, temporary workers generally are paid less and don't receive as many benefits as their traditional counterparts. Local union leaders have previously stated that the Lordstown team is a veteran, bare-knuckled bunch.
We've got a great workforce and we've proven ourselves. So I am hopeful that between March and September that we can get some positive news.
Roll up your sleeves and get dirty and work, and that's all we ever wanted to do.
A GM spokesperson said the company began the process of bringing 50 Lordstown employees to Fort Wayne to fill positions that had been covered by temps. 35 of those will be in place by the end of the month. Back in Lordstown, Mayor Arno Hill remains hopeful because in his community, layoffs mean a whole lot more than what's on paper.
We want you to stay here. I'm not out to beat up GM. They've been a good neighbor. Hopefully they'll see our views and they'll bring us a new product.
The GM spokesperson also said the number of temporary workers at a certain plant varies based on the plant's needs. Sometimes it's only a couple dozen, other times it's several hundred. Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.